Yep, we have an Indesit Moon for review today. So, the question is, how bad is this machine in terms of, well, being a washing machine? Right, well, we'll start off with the fact that you can't see into the machine when it's running. Nope, there is no glass door. There isn't, because behind the door is its detergent dispenser. At the bottom we have a filter. The filter flap I haven't put on. I don't know where it is, I've lost it in the meantime since repairing it. Oh, and then to add insult to injury, this machine now has, yep, rust. Then there's a door seal. Well, it was completely black all the way around, and the reason why it was black all the way around is because how the dispenser works. Fills up with water through the top here, through into the dispenser, and then all the detergent flows out down the sides and around the sides, and then over the course of a minute will flow out through the bottom here. Yeah, so all the detergent that you put in actually never actually ends up in the machine, it ends up in the door seal. Good design for that. Plus, the design of the door seal actually means that this door seal actually lifts up slightly this way, holding water here. Anyway, think water's gonna drop on the floor? Don't worry about it. So this is our dispenser here. We have 3 compartments. We have this side for liquid detergents, this one for powder detergent, and this one for your fabric softener. We've got little indicators there. We can fill up to the max. Powder you can go up as much as you want, and then we can fill to the max with the fabric softener. It all flows out through this grate here. There's a little drip tray right at the bottom here, which is sprung loaded. So when you open the door, it catches all the water. When it closes, it folds away into the door. Pretty neat. However, getting all this apart, you can actually take it all apart and wash it all neatly. So it is a detergent dispenser that you can clean. I've had it in bits, I've actually cleaned it, sort of. There's still muck around here, because I've now given up with the machine. It was up for refurbishment, but now it's going to still be sold, but just for very cheap, simply because of that hole. And when we turn on, we've got 5 program buttons. Now it's not lighting up very well, so let me just shut this off. And as you can see, when we turn it on, we've got the program lights flashing. Well, 3 of them anyway. This one appears to have stopped flashing. Maybe the LED is broke on it. Also, the LED for the on-off is nearly gone. Actually, it is lighting up, but not as much as, say, the other 3. It is lighting up. Another thing you'll notice is all these LEDs. Now, all these LEDs represents the program stage where it's up to, but not really, realistically, of what time, because it can sort of get to the end of there on the 40 cycle, and then you've only got 1 LED left. It displays error codes by using the LED format. So when there's an F error 5, which I had the other day, this one will flash, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. But we've got 4 program buttons and we've got 6 programs, but you can only select 5 of them. Get confused? Right, we'll take a look then. So our programs are listed here. We have a white cotton program. This is the cotton standard program. It takes 2.5 hours. It washes at 60 degrees and spins at 1400 RPM, the maximum speed for this moon. If you had the SIXL146, you had a 1200 spin, basically. So the max spin for that would be 60 degrees, 1200 spin. Then we've got colour mix, cottons / synthetics, 40 degrees, 1000 RPM, easy iron. This allows 4.5 kilos, so that's 3/4 full of both mixed cottons and synthetics and mixed colours. so whites, darks and etc. all to be washed at 40 degrees and will be spun with an easy iron kind of spin. It's a bit weird because normally easy iron would reduce the spin to 600 RPM. This one spins at 1000, but it does run a easy iron kind of cycle. Right, then we have delicates, wool, and then we've got delicate silk. But how you select them is different. So normally you will push button and it will start. With this, you push the delicate button and then wait till it flashes both the delicates and the 30-minute cycle buttons. And then you can either press delicates again to select the wool program, which will wash at 30 degrees and spin at 600 RPM, or push the fast wash button and it will run the delicates program of silks where it washes at 30 degrees and ends with no spin, just a drain out only. Finally, we got daily wash or the 30-minute program. It's a 30-minute program, runs at 30 degrees and spins at 800 RPM. Realistically, it actually lasts 45 minutes because it's this generation. And then we have cold water rinse, which looks like you press the same button with a cold rinse and 800 spin. But this is where it gets a bit complicated. So I said you can only select 5, and there's 6 programs. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't select cold water rinse on this. So how does it select cold water rinse? Well, it has something called an active rinse sensor, which basically detects how much detergent is left in the water. On any normal wash, if it detects too much suds at any point, it will just add on more rinses until it completely clears. The way the cold water rinse works is that within the first 3 minutes, it kind of detects how much detergent's in the water, and then simply does either the 30-minute wash or the cold water rinse. So basically, if it detects detergent, it will actually run the cold water rinse. If it doesn't detect detergent, it will run the daily wash and then add the detergent. And that's how it works. Right, just a note, the daily wash takes 3 kg, which is a half load, and the wool and silk both take 1 kg each. Fabric softener. Yeah, so you can't actually see what's going on under there. So what I'm going to do is kind of edit some of the clips of the previous cycle I've done with this. You can see what's actually happening. Right. Oh, we've got a dribble. As soon as we open the door. And this door seal. Because if I just slants backwards. That's alright. Right, what am I going to give this out of 10 then? I think 1 would be mean, because it's not all terrible. So I'm going to give it 2 out of 10. Yeah, that's it, just 2 out of 10. I don't know what machine can make be worse than this, but this is pretty much terrible. Because simply of the program choice is 1, the fact that the door seal blackens as the detergent just basically sits on it is another. The dispenser is horrible, it's another. The fact you can't see into it is another. The amount of faults it has, or can have, is another. The way it rots. This is rusty for some reason, but only on the front cover. Yeah, the actual case of the actual machine is fine, but the actual front cover, which is an addition, is rotting. The fact there's no 90-degree program is infuriating and really, really lets this machine down. The fact that there's no spin-only option. They give you a cold water rinse, fine, but only if it detects it, which it doesn't, not always. It really, really is hit and miss. And then the fact there is no spin-only really, really annoys me as well. And then the biggest annoyance of all time is the fact it will not go above 40 degrees. Yes, there's a 60-degree program, but in truth and reality, it never strays beyond about 35 degrees on that 60-degree program. 40 program will pretty much just hit 40, but that's about it. So the highest temperature you can get is 40 degrees. Yeah, it's just basically asking for trouble and asking for bacteria to build up. The only way you're going to get around it is by using laundry sanitizers. It ain't going to work. Then there's the fact there's the motor. It's really, really noisy. Now, I know I've changed the brushes on this, but it's using the Sol C-set motors, not the Welling motors. The Welling motors are quieter. And then there's the fact that the interchangeable parts are somewhat awry. The back panel for it is completely different to everything else. I don't know why. I don't know why Indesit have done that. It's just weird. The door seal had a puncture on it from manufacturer basically, because they use cable ties, which isn't a bad thing, to secure the seal to the way it fills through here. But because they hadn't cut off and hadn't positioned the knobbly bit of the cable tie, it pierced through the door seal over use. Now I've redone that, made it so it won't, because I'm clever that way, and patched up the door seal. What is there good to say about this machine? It's simple to use, and that really is it. It's very, very simple. I don't like the design. It's a bit too wild for most kitchens. There's different, and then there's this. And yes, when to be honest, when the Indesit were advertising this, they weren't advertising this in like a kitchen. They were advertising this as a piece of artwork in a museum or a quiet corner of the office. It didn't make sense. And then there's the price. It was £300, and that's if you got the white and blue one. You could have white and silver, white and black later on, and then you had silver and blue, silver and silver, and silver and black later on. And the silver was 350 quid. Basically, this was the most expensive model. Now, you could either have this for £299 or the Indesit WIXE167. which gave you 1600 spin, 6 kilo still, loads of programs, including 4 time for you ones, stain removal, extra rinse, a time display. It didn't make sense. It never did make sense. And frankly, it's a piece of artwork and that's about it. But a piece of cheap artwork at that. And not being funny, but if you're gonna make this your flagship kind of machine, don't just put a sticker on it. This is just a literal sticker. Now the Qualtis, okay, it's from Indesit as well. To make theirs different, they've got an actual light list on the side. But that's like an actual badge, an actual sticky badge. It's got a different door lock and all that. That's why the Qualtis is so great, and this is just so naff. Do anything better than this Moon? To be honest, Indesit's Prime was probably the best. It didn't just come out, but again, yes, it was pricey, but that's what was actually matching the Qualtis. But it wasn't much more pricey than the Moon, and it was definitely worth it. 2 out of 10. The only 1 point it's getting for is it's the fact it's quirky style and the fact that, you know, there's only 4 programs. Idiot proofing. But that's it. Horrible.